Welcome back to the episode 91 of Man Down Podcast. Zoe, Corey, Mel, Cass. What's up, y'all?
What's happening?
What's going on, man?
Ain't election day, right? So election day. I don't know if we're gonna get this dude up out of here or not, man.
It remains to be seen.
We'll see what happens.
Who y'all vote for?
So I cast my vote.
You did?
Yeah.
Who you vote for? Kanye?
Nah, I voted.
Yep,
for
all of us voted for Kanye.
Corey Chan for president.
Hey,
other.
Look, I'm gonna be honest with you. I ain't gonna lie. If enough of us was like, look, man, let's vote for Kanye. Let's forget both parties that everyone say you supposed to vote for. Let's go ahead and vote for somebody that's a third party. I would have done it. But so this is the thing about how a lot of people feel. They don't like either candidate. It's enough negative in both. And you got to kind of take that out of the equation and, don't vote with your emotion, but think about, all right, so if they were in office, how could they better the country, number one, and how could they better the morale in life for my community, whatever that community is, whether you thinking middle class or whether you thinking minority or whether you thinking immigrant or whatever your community is. Can this person that we're putting in the White House be a leader that could better my well-being in that situation? And when you look at both of them, neither one of them have any type of plan for either of my interests. Like the things they tell us is supposed to be important as far as the country is concerned, is not that important to me. I got like a list of things that are way more valuable to me that they don't even touch on. So we don't even understand what their view is on it. But I'm off my soapbox for that.
I think first and foremost, their view should be how are we gonna get rid of this pandemic that we're in. Once we figure out that, because I have a feeling that it's about to get a whole lot worse.
It already is here,
yes.
At least not in this I'm in right now.
COVID's getting worse.
We had 62 here in North Carolina. We had 62 deaths yesterday. Just yesterday from COVID. That's the most that we've had since the pandemic started, and all of our numbers are going up. They were supposed to start letting the kids back in school gradually 19th of November. They've pushed that back. It's going up. Everything's going up.
So
that's crazy.
And once you get into this flu season, right, you're not going to be able to differentiate between the two because they both have the same symptoms. So I think first and foremost, the plan should be how in the hell are you going to stop this pandemic? Because the economic structure is damaged and it won't be undamaged, because what are you going to do? You're going to keep releasing people, getting everybody sick, keep closing, releasing people, let everybody get sick, keep closing. We're just going to be on a vicious cycle for years and years and years. You have to do something to stop it. That should be first and foremost. Then we can start worrying about everything else. But until we get rid of this sickness that's here and it's killing everybody, we going to be stuck.
Right. So that is a global thing though. Because just as easy as
we can't, you're right. You're right.
We get rid of it, then someone from like Italy, where it's also high, they fly back in, or someone goes over there, and
maybe you got to shut this thing down, baby.
Bro, so I was snapped into reality that is a real thing. Leaving the South, coming to LA. Now the South is just more so, don't come in here with your face without your face mask on, blase blah. Black people, white people, it don't matter what color you are. It's just coming to LA and seeing that literally the city is shut down. Bro. People literally have to eat outside. I'm like, the night when I was saying I went to Morton Steakhouse, it's like 50, 60 degrees outside and you have to eat outside. I'm like,
yes, sir.
Isn't it supposed to be fine linen dining and we're eating outside?
You're not coming. You're not coming in the restaurant, bro. Not out here.
Better go to
that's
see,
weird,
LA,
man.
LA right now is getting 1,000 cases a day again.
See,
So we right back to square one.
That's
And
crazy, man.
people are just ignoring it. They just letting it go by the wayside.
What you think the cause of the spike? I mean, what's causing that?
nobody, Melvin. It's just like when you listen to me. When you come off deployment, right? How many sailors get DUIs and stuff?
I mean, it's a lot.
These people been locked up for months, and they coming out and they wilding. I want to go eat at restaurants. I want to go to the mall. I want to go to the flea markets. I want to do everything, and everybody getting together and just in big piles of people. And once you start, Jerry letting 35, 40,000 people into a football game, you know you're finna lose. Everybody. See how you like I slid that in there? Everybody is just tired of sitting at home. But the thing is that it hasn't gone anywhere, man. So it's still a threat. So when you out and Cass is absolutely right. Like in the South, especially like in Dallas, man, like people walking around doing whatever the hell they want to do. Mm-hmm. Restaurants are full. They doing whatever. And
right, like
somebody gonna cough.
In LA, you have the fear that the police is gonna get called up in you. Like, oh, you don't put your mask on? All right. Say less. All right. There goes Karen. Karen is getting the manager.
All right. Real quick, man. Let's play fact or fiction.
Oh boy.
Here we go. Hey, look, I don't have the pictures this time, but I do got the stories. Three news stories, man. You gotta tell me which one is fact, which one is fiction.
Let's go.
All right. So first story. There is a married couple that has not had sex in over 10 years because the wife has a rare disorder that causes severe pain and infection after sex. So they have a sexless marriage. Is that true or not? Fact or fiction?
That's true. I saw the article.
I saw it on Facebook, but I don't know if it's true. Like, I was like, this 10 years. All right. Is there compromise? Right.
That's what I say. It has to be.
Should there be compromise, or should you just love her through it?
The hell with that. The purpose of life is to procreate. I can't procreate. In order to procreate, I need to jab you up, woman. Like, hell no. I don't want to hear nothing about, let me just get some semen and just go plant it in my head. No, we doing the act over here. The hell with that.
So all y'all told the story. So y'all know that's already a fact.
Yes.
I don't know.
Yeah, let me tell you, this is what I think. I think it's a fact, but 10 years. 10 years, bro.
What's up, Siobhan?
10 years?
That's a long time, yeah.
That's a lot of love, boy.
That's a lot. Listen.
Hell no, that's insanity because I know how I be wanting it. No, nah, woman.
I mean, I'm pretty sure they can think of that. They can get creative, right? You know,
there's a TV show. What is it's like when
that
Lamar, right?
It's like what is it? Something handmade. I think that's what it's called, handmade. It's like, you know what I'm talking about, Mel?
Nah, but I mean, I can imagine there's some handmaking going on in the.
No, but it's like it's in the future, but it's like with old school. So they have a woman that has the child for you.
Oh, you talking about what a surrogate mother?
Yeah, but they're like kind of like servants.
And they had on like robes and red robes and whatnot.
I think
is it handmade?
It is what it is. What's your point, though?
My point is, I need me a dedicated woman, not a doll. Like when it's time for me to get that feel. What Marvin Gaye? I need sexual healing. I need that sexual healing buddy at the house on call. Handmade, yeah, handmade tale. That's what it's called.
So do you think I ain't
never heard of that before in my life.
Mm-hmm. How long you think that's what they doing? You think that's what he doing? He probably getting something on the side.
I'm a man, and I'm just speaking facts. Like, woman, if I'm gonna marry you, yo, that's all I'm gonna say, man. That's all I'm gonna say.
years, bro.
10 years, man.
10
Yeah.
years ago. Think about where you were 10 years ago.
Oof.
And
Well, that's why I'm saying they can't. They couldn't possibly still be. I mean, he's getting it somewhere, and she's got to authorize it. Either she said, "Look, just don't let me find out," or "Hey, I need to know exactly who it is you're doing it with and when." I need to sign off on it.
The other woman has been screened.
Yeah, right. Maybe it's her sister or something like that. Who knows? But yeah, they doing something. He just ain't happy. He just ain't happy. Just looking at it. It's got to be something popping off, right? Or she doing some other things. It's just,
she's
who
gonna have to
knows,
be
man?
a heck of a talent, I'll say, to Lamar.
Y'all so daggone stupid.
Be a talent. That's all I gotta say.
Y'all so daggone stupid, man. Out there recruit, yeah. She can't get mad at nothing, boy. Like them arguments in the house must be crazy. Like they get into it. Like, look,
You ain't getting no sex tonight.
now.
I had sex in 10 years with your ass. What you talking about?
That ends every argument.
Yeah.
Oh,
No
man. All right, second story.
no handstands for you tonight.
Like,
All
dude,
right, man,
it's like, I'm gonna go sit on my hands so they can be numb.
Here we go. Damn, Django.
All right, second
that shit
story.
already.
Second story. And it's couples again, but there is a man that has a, I can't say midget, but a short person wife that they went shopping with, and he got arrested for had been in a relationship with a minor, pretty much. She didn't have no ID on her. That man did spend the weekend in jail. This happened in New Jersey, by the way.
That's got
Is
to be
that fact?
true.
Is that fact or fiction?
That's
I'm
gotta
gonna
be true.
go with true just by how you said that happened in New Jersey, by the way. So, yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Bruh.
Hold on. Corey,
No doubt, Django.
Corey, you and Zoe said true for the other one, so y'all got one. Kaz got 0 because he said, did you say true for the other one, Kaz?
He did.
Yeah, I said it was true, but come on now. That's
Okay,
how
so all three of y'all got 1. So for this story, is it true or false? Fact or fiction?
That's true.
I said I'm gonna go with true.
Let's take an argument. I'm gonna say false, but I don't want to say
It's
funny.
believable.
It's believable. Yeah, that's what I was
believable.
gonna say. It's believable, but I'm gonna go with false just to play devil's advocate.
Wait, let me just say this one thing. I want to go on the other side of the fence, bruh. It was these two little midgets. They like twins, and they're from like Atlanta, bro.
Okay.
I might risk it all for one of them. Might risk it all for one of them little. How do you say the little bitty?
Wow.
Yeah,
Risk it all, huh?
Yeah, risk it all.
Where you saw him at?
No, they like popular.
Oh, okay.
Somebody watching the show know who I'm talking about. The little.
Oh, you smart from the TV show, The Little
Yeah.
Women.
Little women.
No, not dumb. It's there was on one of them shows like Basketball Wives or something.
Oh,
like
wow.
of that match.
A basketball
I'm pretty
player,
sure. I'm pretty sure they.
Yeah.
5 and up. Okay,
Yeah.
that's funny.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
All right, yeah, all
I
right.
do.
Thank you. You're risky for that one. Risky for that biscuit.
I mean,
I don't know,
see
Flair.
for me though, like, see, you thinking one thing, you thinking,
Of course, I'm thinking one thing. We
okay,
just
so you thinking
we
one
just
thing,
got
but-
off of a 10-year no sex conversation.
yeah, but for me, I'm thinking about like other stuff, like, how them little feet looking open toe sandals, like, do they look like sausages? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's
All right,
things like
Boomerang.
that it's things like that that's a turn off, man. I can't stand no sausage feet, man. So I mean,
It's no sausage feet.
I just
Bro,
don't like
or
sausage
what
feet.
about like with my instance, I got a big ass head, and for the little people, they typically head to body ratio is kind of weird. So we potentially have a huge shack head ass child. Like,
Yeah,
I guess
it's gonna be the head detective from In Living Color. There's gonna be a head with feet on the bottom of it. Nobody.
no, that reminds me of Roscoe from off of Martin.
Yeah. Well, look, that story is false. So Zoe, you get the point for that one. So
The
Zoe
hell?
got two. Zoe got two. So if Zoe get this one right coming up, he's gonna be the winner. Who won last week?
Jay, I want to say Jay won last
Jay
week.
won.
I want to say Jay won it. So let's see, man. So this is a famous clothing line that have a pair of stockings with runs in them already that they're selling for $190. They sold out the first week they came out. Is that fact or fiction?
That's true.
If Erykah Badu could sell out the scent of her woman parts within an hour,
She's not
Think
the only
about it.
one that's done that either.
right? But I'm saying, like, come on, now, Kanye West had them whole ass shirts coming out, charging people $1,000 for them shits. So, nah, bro, I want to say it's true because I've heard some weird ass shit in this world. I want to say, man, the hell with it. I'm going with true. The hell with it. True.
Okay.
Gwyneth Paltrow sold a candle called Vagina for $80 a candle, and them shit sold out in 45 minutes.
Gwyneth, you would have bought them? You would have bought them?
I'm not trying to. Not Gwyneth though.
There'll be a Ross next year. I ain't worried about it. Get
On
one there.
Bruh. Yeah, when you said that, Corey, it reminded me. This post was saying, I will jack off to Whoopi Goldberg nude before I pay for one of y'all OnlyFans. That's what that reminded me of just now.
Yeah, bro. Nobody paying for that.
No. So who all going true? Who all going false?
I'm gonna go true. I'm gonna go true. If Kanye, like Cass said, if Kanye could sell $1,000 shirt with holes in it, somebody buying some stockings with some runs in it.
And Corey, you said what? True. And you guys are right. It's true. And Zoe is the winner because he got all three of them right. Y'all got to catch up, man. Because
Zoe, I didn't get one. I got two right this time. I didn't get none right last time.
Corey,
66%.
The last game we used to play when we used to do the lob, I used to beat you.
I used to kill the lob, bro.
No, you didn't. No, you
bro.
didn't.
We can go back and listen. I used to kill the lob.
I think Zoe was Googling
you.
Zoe keep looking down. He's Googling it.
I used to kill Zoe, man. I used to kill Zoe.
The lobs. We gotta bring that back for the culture.
Yeah,
we do,
that.
Man. I like that. That was
all right. So let's get it. Let's get into this week 8, man.
Okay.
What? Oh, okay. Let's start here. Before we even get into the games, let's start with the trade deadline. Mm-hmm. And you had a bunch of teams that should have made moves that didn't make moves. And one of those teams to me is the Green Bay Packers. They never bring in any type of receiver help for Aaron Rodgers. The most he's ever had is one. He had Finley 1 year. He had Jordy Nelson 1 year. And now he has, not 1 year, but one stretch. And now he has Adams. But they never bring in a second guy. Never. And, you know, and I would think they would say, man, this is probably going to be his last run. Let's go ahead and make a move. I know Julio probably unhappy. I know Atlanta probably about to make some changes. They could have made an offer. They probably would have took a first rounder for Julio, and I would have gave one.
We would have at least thought about it because he showed that he could still play. We would at least thought about it.
Yeah.
There was a rumor that they offered Michael Gallup. They wanted to talk to the Cowboys about Michael Gallup, and the Cowboys asked them for a first and second rounder. They just, in other words, they wasn't getting rid of Michael Gallup.
I know I seen a Will Fuller one out there too. Like they was trying to push Will Fuller, but I don't get it.
But the Texans asked for something ridiculous for Will Fuller as well.
Yeah.
Right. But a thing that I don't understand, like they didn't draft a receiver, and their number 2 receiver Lazard is hurt. So like
he's supposed to be coming back in the next couple of weeks though.
Right, but he's coming back from what? An injury, and you never know how that.
Surgery.
Yeah. Say again.
Core surgery, which I don't even know what that is. Like, what was on
when you tear an abdominal muscle is what happens.
Yeah,
but that hurts.
Yeah, it hurts.
Yeah, So
But
I
he'll be
mean,
fine when he come back though.
yeah, I mean, he
I got him in fantasy. Look, let me tell you about my fantasy. Let me tell you about my fantasy, right? So anybody who play fantasy football, let me tell you about my fantasy squad. I'm 6-1.
You got an all-pro team.
I got Aaron Rodgers starting and Tom Brady on the bench. I just traded Tom Brady because I had Russell Wilson on the bench. And I got tired of making the decision who I was going to start, Rodgers or Wilson. So I just went on and flipped Wilson for some pieces. Well, let me tell you what I got on my bench that's coming back to a 6-1 squad. I got Tom Brady on the bench, and I got Antonio Brown on the bench, ready to come out of suspension.
So you was the one that grabbed Antonio Brown,
right? I also have Christian McCaffrey coming back from injury, and I also have Lazard coming back from injury. I got all those dudes coming back that I get to throw in my lineup for week 9, and I'm 6-1 without them. Yeah, it's gonna be. Look, I just need to go ahead and win this money so I can throw it back into the podcast. You feel me?
Well, that's the hopefully Michael Thomas come back and he become Mr. Slant Man again and get me 20 points a game. That's what I'm hoping for.
Yeah, but who should have made a move that didn't?
The Cowboys.
I'm going Packers.
I
don't think Cowboys should have. Though.
I get what y'all saying.
They definitely shouldn't have.
I'm gonna say they should have, and this is just from my point of view. Y'all in the NFC least, bro. You still have a chance to win that division. The Eagles are 3-4 and win. I'm gonna use Herm Edwards' quote: "You play to win the game." You still have a chance, and let's look at 2007 Giants. They got healthy at the right time of the year, and what happened? They went on to beat the 16-0 Patriots. It's just timing. Like, bruh, you get to the playoffs, all that record shit is out the window, and you got the potential now of playing in a bubble. So that home field advantage stuff is out the window. It's out the window basically right now because they're only allowing like 10,000 people in the stadium except for Jerry, because I guess Jerry just don't care. And Jerry gonna have a home game because you're a division winner.
So
probably.
So first of all, let's step back and look at the big picture. You get throttled by the Redskins, the team from Washington. You get throttled by them, right? Mm-hmm. The Giants played the other night. Looking at them right now in their roster, you can't beat the Giants either. So now you can't beat you potentially cannot beat any team in your division. The way the Giants played Tampa Bay last night, the Cowboys can't beat them. Not right now. The Eagles, even with the game on Sunday, I mean, Ben DiNucci outpassed Carson Wentz, though. I'm telling you, the Redskins have the potential to win this division. They do. And it's bad. I mean, you're talking about a team that was in shambles. They lost their name. Looked like they was about to lose their ownership. Had 26 sexual assault cases happening in the offseason. Yeah, man. I mean, for real. And it looks like they're about to win this division.
It was about to catch up with Bill Cosby. But the whole thing about it is, like you said, yeah, y'all can't beat them now. That's why I'm saying, like, make the picks so you can beat them now. Look, Earl Thomas is still out there, man.
Okay, so that's not even a trade deadline move. That's a free agent move.
I get it.
But you should have made that a long time ago.
I agree with you. A
long time ago.
But Larry
Fitzmagic. You down to Ben DiNucci right now. Ryan Fitzpatrick is still not going to be able to breathe behind that offensive line. I don't care if you have Joe Montana as a free agent in his prime. Right now, he's going to get his ass smacked because they're not blocking, period. That's just what it is. So that doesn't matter. So let this rookie get some burn. You know what I mean? They just put Andy Dalton on the COVID list, so he can't play next week.
Who is the backup after DiNucci? Who do y'all?
They went back and got Cooper Rush, who was the backup from last year.
I thought they went
back
from the double AU.
Garrett Gilbert.
Yeah, I know that they were showing.
They signed him. He was the backup for the last game. They signed Cooper Rush just because Cooper Rush already knows the offense.
Right. So Corey, so the one thing about the offensive line thing, let's look at the Cincinnati Bengals, and I just want to use this for example.
Okay.
Last game, Joe Burrow had 0 of his starting offensive linemen from week 1.
Okay.
I'm not saying
It's the same.
Yeah,
Okay. I get
yeah,
what you're
I'm
saying.
just saying that as far as he didn't have none of his starting offensive linemen, and he still pull out a win against a team no one thought they could beat. I'm
Well,
just saying, man.
Dak was doing that before he got hurt too. Joe Burrow's the starting quarterback. Ben DiNucci is the 7th round draft pick from James Madison University. There's
Right.
a big difference between Joe Burrow and Ben DiNucci.
No, I
Huge
get
difference.
you. Ben DiNucci was making stupid plays. Let's just say he would get sacked, more prone to being sacked. But it was sometimes where he had no rush and he was making stupid decisions.
That's because
He's
he's trash.
He's a 7th round draft pick. You know what I mean?
Round pick
So
who did not plan on even playing. He just planned on drawing.
Yeah. He told Dak came into the locker room. He finally came back into the locker room this week. He told Dak, "This is not what you told me my rookie season was gonna be like, man." So Dak had been talking to him the whole week. He went out there and did the best he could, man, for what he is.
No,
You know
Hey,
what I'm
look. This
saying?
how
Still
you
outplayed
know.
Carson Wentz.
This how no he didn't. This how you know when your daggone season
Look
is
at the
over.
numbers.
When Cowboys fans are trading their daggone players, boy. You just traded Ezekiel Elliott for nothing.
I did. I
in
traded him
fantasy.
for a lot.
No,
Traded
okay.
for a lot.
Okay.
If
did.
you traded Zeke for anything these you got something in return, you doing all right.
I mean, I got Allen Robinson and Allen Lazard out of the deal.
Oh.
Not the running back for the Chargers. What's his name?
Jackson.
Eckler? Jackson?
No, Eckler's hurt.
Oh,
Jackson
still hurt, right?
Yeah,
I give you
Eckler's hurt.
that.
Yeah.
I give you that. That
Yeah.
was a you
wasn't
made a
bad.
good trade. So you
I
don't
think
believe
Allen-
so you don't believe Zeke can muster anything up this season.
Not behind that line.
It's
No,
here
sir.
and it's here.
Yeah.
Biden went up by 12 more points, fellas.
Yeah, man.
Biden
I
up.
think
Yeah,
I
he's
think
up by what it is, 47.
Biden winning some states over there, some of those swing states that he wasn't projected to win.
He wasn't
Oh, yeah.
supposed
He's
to
winning.
39.
I didn't-
He's up by 39 right now.
Yeah, he's winning some states he wasn't projected to win. So it looked like we may have a big shift.
Whoo.
Man.
And I know we're talking about football, but one thing about what we was talking about earlier, did y'all see like all the shopping centers and stuff in major cities boarding up and stuff? So I wonder, I got my AK ready. I wonder if they're gonna have an actual riot from those stand back and stand by people. I just want to see that.
Well, I will say, and I can't say where I work at, but we did get some information that says that it's likely to happen. Like, you know,
Yeah.
so yeah,
got the-
everybody's
we got
expecting it.
We got the same briefing today as
Yep.
well. So
Yep.
yeah.
It's
I'm
going
surprised
down.
they didn't give us that briefing. Being from a red state, especially.
That's
Yeah.
crazy. So, but back to football, and I think that was Lamar to just flash some on the fence. I mean,
Carson
on
Wentz
the
is
screen.
fine. He's fine.
Carson
He's
Wentz
fine.
threw for Carson Wentz has Carson Wentz threw for 146 yards the other night, 2
Think about it.
touchdowns, 2 interceptions.
We
And-
talking about
and
the
the game-
Cowboys.
and the
line.
game-
The
Did
on-
you see
the-
the game winner
and
in the Pro
listen,
Bowl?
and we're talking about the worst defense in the NFL, the 5th
Hey,
worst
you see-
defense right now in NFL history.
And you seen Tom Brady not do so. I mean, he
I don't think
looked like he
nobody
struggled with the Giants last night.
The Giants play
He
good
did.
defense, though,
The
man.
Giants played good defense and they ran the ball
Giants play
effectively.
good defense.
But
Yes,
like
the
you
Giants
said,
play
man,
good
the
defense.
Giants actually has a good defense.
They do.
just have
They
a
always have a
Yeah.
good defense. They just have
But
a
they just
horrible
have
offense.
But y'all know you got to throw stuff out of the window when you have a rivalry game. I mean, the
A
Eagles was
divisional
trash.
game, absolutely.
Yeah, the Eagles was trash last year, and we knew going in playing that Dallas game and Philly game was gonna be tight,
Throw the rest
regardless
out.
of what their record was.
It's always a tight game, but
And
it's always a tight game with Washington and Dallas as well, right? But Washington blew the hell out of Dallas. The same team.
This look like the daggone Golden State Warriors and Cavs.
It's higher than that now, Mel.
Good
Yeah.
gracious.
Yeah, it's at Biden is at 131 and Trump's is at 92.
That's not a good start.
Yeah,
It's not a good
but
start.
but we talk about the Cowboys offensive line. Good Lord, I think they have us blocking for the Eagles. Like they have a horrible offensive line.
But remember, you still got a 10-time All-Pro in Jason Peters.
But isn't Jason Peters hurt? Did you not?
He got hurt in the Cowboy game, but he came back in the game.
I was like, man, this dude is literally up.
They could not afford to lose him, but he came back in the game. But I mean,
they can't afford to lose. Nobody who lost more people, the Eagles or 49ers?
The Patriots.
The Cowboys done lost more than anybody.
More than the Patriots had lost the most for like
they lost the most for COVID.
Bro, they lost 6 of their starters on defense.
Yeah,
that's before the season even started.
Before the season even started. So like right now, I know we're looking at Cam for the Patriots, and like, don't get me wrong, he's coughing the ball up at some. I like Cam. That's why I hate talking negative about Cam. But you gotta. What team would lose 6 of their starters? Not to mention the second best defender on that team, and they still would be nice.
We ain't gotta make no excuses for Cam. He was former MVP. He done led his team to the Super Bowl. He just gotta play better, and he knows that.
He does.
We ain't go spoon feed him no excuses, man. Play better. He knows it. He fumbled at the end of the game. He could have had a game-winning drive.
Even on that fumble, man, you had a game time drive. You could have kicked the field goal. All you had to do was put the ball in the middle.
It was in field goal position.
Yeah,
it was in field goal range. So. That's just Cam. He's trying too hard. You know what I mean? He just needs to get back to his game. Yeah. Just get back in his game and relax, and they'll be
just win, baby. Just win, baby. That's it. That's all you gotta do, man. So
them Cowboys buzz are coming through this week too.
Yeah. So I mean, are you on the fence about if the Cowboys should trade away the whole daggone future to try to get a quarterback in there this season? I mean, what do they say at this point? What are they saving if they bring in a quarterback? What are they saving?
That's what I'm saying. Like, you can't go wrong. You know, it's what it is this season. You know, so if you were to bring in another quarterback and just see, you know, it's the same Cam, different. Just see what happens. I wouldn't be mad at it, but at the same time, standing pat and letting everybody get healthy in the offseason, and I think it's saying more about Dak, about their plans now to probably throw the money at him by not making no moves, just standing pat, hoping everybody get healthy, sign Dak in the offseason, figure things out, bring everybody back, and then, you know, try again for next year, because this year is a loss. And Zeke just don't look like one. You know, we talked about running backs before the season started. He just, granted the offensive line, he just doesn't look same anymore. You know, like even with that offensive line, he just doesn't look like the explosive running back that we played last year. You know what I mean?
They gonna Le'Veon Bell him. They gonna Le'Veon Bell him.
And that's what I'm scared of. He gonna be a journeyman.
And did you not see what they did to Washington? I already knew what someone had to go, and I knew it wasn't gonna be Edwards-Helaire. They traded Washington to Miami. Miami got Washington now.
Yeah, because what's his name? Miles Gaskins got a sprained MCL. He's gonna be out for 3 weeks, so they need a running back for now. Yeah, I mean the Cowboys did the right thing. To me,
I think so.
It just sit on what you got. If anything, you still got a free agent. You still got Earl Thomas sitting at the house.
Right. So, like you said, Corey, right now, I would agree let's just say the Eagles was 5-2, like probably not gonna win the division, but man, y'all just like the Cowboys are 2-5,
a game and a half out.
That's what I'm saying. Like it's still achievable because the Eagles, I think the Eagles have the hardest remaining schedule in football.
Maybe. I mean, if you think about it that way, the Cowboys still got the Ravens and the Steelers in the 3-week span.
Yeah, the Eagles.
Speaking of Ravens, let's shift to the Ravens. Let's shift to Lamar Jackson and all the noise that is going around, all these different shows that are saying he can't win against elite teams or great teams, or he plays well against teams that are average to below average, but the above average teams he don't play well in.
The young man is 24. Could I put that out there?
Yeah.
The young man is 24. Let's not over.
Okay. He's literally played in one bad game this season, and that's against Kansas City. And Kansas City make everybody look bad.
Well,
Like,
except the rookie in L.A. Chargers.
he torched them. He torched them. Hey, he just don't care. You know what I'm saying? He just don't care.
Yeah.
He just don't
He
care.
don't, he don't
No,
care about
he
nothing.
don't
Derek Carr and Derek Carr. Don't forget about Derek Carr.
Mhm.
Yeah, Derek
So,
Carr gave him some.
I mean-
he gave him business too.
I read about the ceiling. You know what I mean? He's reached his ceiling or whatever. I mean, that's not true. I mean, it's their style of offense. They run a methodical run first offense. That involves him and running the ball. And running the ball takes time. You know what I mean? He passed for 156 yards in the game before that. And I remember somebody was talking about that, and it may have been like Shannon Sharp saying something. But you fail to mention the fact that he rushed for 126 and 3 touchdowns in the same game. That's just his game. You know what I mean? That's what he does. If he can't beat you with his leg, with his arm, he'll beat you with his legs. He can do both. Will that later on become an issue? Possibly, when he loses a step or he starts getting hurt. You know what I mean? Because if you run the ball, you're gonna start getting beat up, right?
Yeah.
And more towards like longevity of a 16-game season. By week 1, you fresh and you look fantastic. By week 10, that body's trash. You know what I mean? And it starts to hurt. And of course, you slow down a little bit. But the defenders are slowing down a little bit too because they've been putting their heads on people. They've been getting hit too, right? I don't think he's reached his ceiling. I think he's got a lot of greatness in him. I mean, they've got a couple of losses, but they're still the second best team in the AFC.
Let's keep in mind his ceiling. If they're saying this is the guy just won the MVP, what he had like 50 combined touchdowns to like 8 turnovers. I'll take that. If that's his ceiling, I'll take that every year.
He's still on pace. He's still on pace to score 47 touchdowns this
Right.
season.
Who on this podcast
He lost 3 touchdowns. I'm sorry.
Who on this podcast wouldn't take that? Who on this podcast wouldn't take that?
I hate when they
I definitely would.
definitely take him.
I'm like, he just played arguably the best team in the NFL, and to me, they had decisive control of the game. I was like, oh man, me picking the Ravens this week actually looked pretty smart.
They had complete control of the game up until Chase Claypool and them cats got loose. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So it wasn't like he was the deciding factor in the game. The defense folded a little bit. You know what I'm saying? But that's gonna happen in the season.
And they were still in the game until the very last play against
the last play of the game.
Defense.
But you know what I
defeated. Like, come on, man.
I like Lamar Jackson in the post game like talk when he said that I take 100% fault for this loss. I like his demeanor. I like how he carries himself, and I like how he takes accountability because a lot of people start pointing fingers and start blaming. I like you never see the young man on the sidelines like fussing at people, throwing his helmet at someone. Like I like him. He always stay calm, collected, and I like his maturity in the post-game conference.
Lamar, part of that, I'm gonna just talk about what he's saying. Part of that is true. But a lot of it is that what the type of offense that they run, and you look at it, right? It's what he ran in Louisville. It is not necessarily throwing to a receiver. He's throwing to a spot, and that receiver is supposed to be in that spot, right?
And it ain't even like a whole bunch of reads in that play.
It's not. It's like it's a run. It's a run pass option, and then I'm throwing the ball to that specific spot, and that receiver should be in that spot. That's all it is. But when they turn him loose and he goes through his progressions, he's very good at that too. He just had, he's got that funny throwing motion. Look like he's just flinging the ball out there. It's kind of like Vince Young's throwing motion.
Mm-hmm.
But
Rich Gannon.
Yeah, they're just that little flick. You know what I mean? But he's good at it. But a lot of times when he turns over, he's throwing the ball to a specific spot, and that spot is occupied by a defender. When on film, it wasn't. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah. What's y'all thoughts on what Hollywood Brown had to say though?
Bro, no, man. I'm gonna say this. If it was up,
they're not using that. I mean, what's the point of having soldiers if you're not gonna use them? I guess he's referring to himself. And remember, he made a bunch of noise last year. You ain't heard his name that much this year.
And the thing about it is him on deep routes, and they haven't sent him deep a lot this year at all. I don't know if they saving it for a rainy day or what, but
I don't know what they're doing.
That's how
I think they missed what Mark Ingram brought to the table.
And I'm gonna say he was not throwing shots at his quarterback.
No, I
it
don't
wasn't.
think so. I think he was
not
calling
at all.
shots at the play
Not at all.
caller.
They
Yeah,
tight. They tight.
throwing them at the play caller. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
maybe
exactly what he was
maybe
doing.
it's time for you to treat him like a quarterback for real, and let him sling it a little bit, just a little
Let
bit,
him-
right? You know,
just let him-
unleash him a little
He's gonna
bit.
get
just to
better at
back,
that.
just to back the defense up. You know what I'm saying? Keep them
Right.
honest.
Right.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
can't
They-
let Hollywood Brown
team-
just
team-
run around secondary free.
Yeah, teams are catching up with the read option, man. It takes a while for teams to catch on to it, but eventually they do. They did the same thing with Cap in San Francisco, and you just gotta reinvent yourself and figure something else out. You know,
You gotta back that defense up. You gotta back them off, and
Mhm.
then you can go right back to what you was doing. But you have to back them off. You can't just keep doing the same thing.
yeah, that's for sure. All right, what was the other big game in week 8? I mean, last night game wasn't. I mean, them boys. Hey, Danny Jones didn't look bad. Remember we clowned him
He
last year.
did look bad.
He didn't look bad.
Jones-
That team
But he
didn't
threw.
look
He
as
threw.
trash.
He
Right.
threw. He threw
I see what
two
Zoe said.
horrible
He did look
interceptions,
as
though.
trash. He did horrible. I don't know. Would y'all classify the Saints and Bears a big game? I mean, it was
Yeah.
Yeah,
man.
NFC and the Bears had what were they 5-2 before that loss?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Saints NFC.
And they
So
blew- and they
in the
blew it.
grand scheme of things, yeah, pretty big game.
They blew it, but it happens.
Yeah.
Just couldn't win it.
Yeah, I mean, it's only a couple of teams that look like they really want it right now. Like maybe two weeks ago, I thought Aaron Rodgers and the Packers really wanted it, but they don't.
They don't have a run defense, and that's why I was mad when the Saints played the Packers. Alvin Kamara that game averaged like 7 yards a carry. Murray averaged like 5 yards a carry. But no, we're gonna run the ball. No, we're gonna put Taysom Hill in and have him do the little stupid fucking. Oh, excuse my language. But we're gonna have him do the little Wildcat Taysom Hill play, and he gets stripped. Bro, no, it's crunch time. Y'all doing this stupid shit. Me and my roommate, we was watching the game, and it was when they had Taysom Hill.
He mad as hell.
Oh, he pissed off at that. He don't like that Taysom Hill stuff. He don't like that.
Man, no, because like, all right, you do it in the first quarter, right? Good Lord. Good Lord. All right, I get it. All right, let me just.
Calm
got
down.
mad.
Nah, man. Nah. I dropped the mic because you were saying something that was worthy of a mic drop, man.
Because it's stupid. Like, you have one of the most prolific quarterbacks in NFL history, and you take him out to put in a guy who.
Oh, the Saints got
Shut up, man. You about to say something stupid. I ain't say the most. We all. If you don't believe Tom Brady is the GOAT, then we don't have nothing to talk about. But I'm like, you don't take out a man that you're paying $25 million for a guy that only threw 8 times in his career.
Hey man, Taysom Hill don't look like a bad option for some type of
tight end,
like a receiving tight end. I don't know if he can block.
Not a goddamn quarterback.
No, I don't know if he can block, but he can be Chris Cooley. Chris Cooley.
Yes.
Yeah, he can easily be Chris Cooley, man.
He's fast. That's one thing I will give him.
Good, man. You know what's deceptive about Chris Cooley is that freaking number 47, man. Like
that's what threw everybody off.
Yeah, it makes you look slow. It makes you, like the number actually messes
like
with
your
mind.
Like you're a fullback.
Yeah.
I got Mike Allstott.
Why they got this fullback out here tight end, and then he take off, and you like, oh shit,
this dude fast, man.
Yeah.
But week 8 was week 8 didn't have a lot. I mean, it was an upset. What was the upset?
The Bengals at the Titans.
It was somebody else though. It was somebody else.
The Dolphins.
Yeah, you can.
Dolphins beat the Rams. That's an upset.
But look, what have we seen every time a rookie quarterback got in the game this season? You've seen a defense that didn't know their tendencies and didn't know how to key in on them. So
they had 141 total yards.
But the thing about it is the offense didn't do nothing. It was the Miami defense. The Miami defense has played like that all season though.
That's what I was about to say. Where did that defense come?
Yeah, right.
You know what, man? They made good offseason acquisitions. They took the best cover cornerback the Cowboys had.
They sure
now
did.
He played cover cornerback for them.
All right.
Cowboy,
You know what I'm
that
saying?
Cowboy is so daggone stupid for letting him go.
All
And
right.
let Byron Jones go.
If the Texans end up getting the #1 overall draft pick, right, which is belongs to Miami, and Tua don't look so promising, would y'all think about Trevor Lawrence? I mean,
No.
that was a good conversation me and a coworker had.
No, it's too. Maybe that's
Hold on.
why
Pick
they
it.
was.
Pick your
Maybe that's
poison.
why they're doing
Hold
that.
on,
But
Trevor Lawrence for who?
To the
Quarterback.
because you remember the trade for Laramie Tunsil
Larry Tunsil.
to the Texans. They gave up the Texans gave up two first round
20
picks.
and 20 and 21 first
Yes.
round picks.
So right now that #4 pick belongs to the Dolphins.
Yes.
If
Oh,
they
no.
still happen,
That's Bill O'Brien being Bill O'Brien again.
right.
God.
This was before he got rid of DeAndre Hopkins.
Right.
He did this.
Right. So I'm just saying, like Trevor Lawrence on the board, would you have
Yeah.
another Josh Rosen and Kyler Murray situation?
Hell no.
Nah, man. I think two of that dude,
Two
man.
I know, I do too, but he's as brittle as they come.
Listen,
Like they say,
Trevor
hurting
Lawrence-
college, hurting the pros. They're bigger,
Trevor
stronger,
Lawrence-
faster in the pros.
Trevor Lawrence will be with the Jets, and he'll be a bust because they're gonna kill him.
I hate
Hey,
to say it, but I hate to
It's
say it.
true.
but-
I don't want
It's
to.
true. That's what's gonna happen.
No, you know
Trevor
what's funny? You know what's funny? If the Jets get Trevor Lawrence, watch Sam Darnold gonna go somewhere and watch you gonna ball out. Like I can see, like let's just say the Saints. Oh, y'all don't want him no more. All right, here's a 3rd round pick for him, and he comes to New Orleans and ball out because the guy actually knows how to play the game of football. He just is the Jets.
It is.
Yeah, Justin Fields or Trevor Lawrence, man. If the Jets take
got-
either one of them dudes, I feel bad for them, man.
You got
Like
three.
I want to see them dudes
Or Trey
careers
Lance.
actually do some good stuff, man. And I think they need to step in like David Stern did when it looked like the Sacramento Kings was going to get Patrick Ewing and rig the draft or something. Do something.
But that's the one
Yeah.
thing about football. You can't do it because it's all about records.
Yeah, you can kind of do it. You can tell all them owners in one. You can get all them
I tell you
owners in
what.
one room and say,
I tell you what.
New York, I dare you to freaking draft.
No,
me."
you
tell
can,
you what.
no, you
I
can
tell
do a
you
John
what.
Elway. Do a John
No.
Elway. I'm going to play baseball.
No, I tell you what. Even more recent than that, you can do it. Eli Manning.
Yeah.
Eli Manning
Eli.
said, "I'm not playing for the Chargers."
Yeah.
But
Mhm.
Eli
That's
had
not happening.
a prominent father.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's
he
a little
put-
bit different. Trevor Lawrence, I don't know if
Exactly.
he got an Archie Manning as a dad. So
I still don't know
Probably
how he
not.
got away with that, man. Like
Archie
they talked
Manning.
trash about him for like a week or two, and it was done after that. I'm like, man, he should have been talked trash about his whole career. Like, how did that end?
They never bring that up, man.
They
That
don't.
never comes up. But I
They
mean,
don't,
he
man.
literally stood there with that Chargers jersey. Remember, he had that stupid ass look on his
Yes.
face, like he always got.
No, that's
and then the
his
next
regular
thing you
look.
know, yeah, I know, right? But the next thing you know, it was gone. He was in a Giants jersey, and then Phillip Rivers was in the Chargers jersey.
Yeah,
But-
but he told him not to draft him.
right, but
He
the
did.
main reason I'm gonna say just do it because I feel the same way. I felt the heat when people were saying Zion should go back to Duke instead of coming to New Orleans. It's like, nah, man. Like, you know how Mel, we always get into discussion about when Bill Russell played. There was only 12 teams. Shit is
8.
only whatever. It's only like 6 teams that's marketable now in the NBA today. So I don't want it to be the same thing. I mean, I just pray that he could change the franchise. I'm gonna just say that. I hope Trevor Lawrence goes there and change the franchise. I just pray for the young brother. That's it.
Yeah,
I mean, but if you think about it, right, they did the same thing the Texans did. They just did it more quiet. Look at Robbie Anderson now in Carolina.
Yeah.
He is balling his ass
Robbie
off.
Anderson is killing it for Carolina.
Robbie Anderson is
Yeah.
balling.
yeah. And he was
and-
with the Jets, right?
Absolutely.
But he looked like something with the Jets too. He looked like something.
Yeah,
Yes.
he did. He's fast.
Yes. Yes.
Like
Yeah,
him
he's
and
voted-
Sam Darnold is an actual nice. Sam
Mhm.
Darnold could sling it. It's just that
It's a nice little combo. They took that away
Yeah.
from him.
it's
So
a Jet.
now you
I used to get
Robbie.
Robbie Anderson and Will Fuller's highlights mixed up.
They run the same routes. They both light skinned. It almost look like the same dude.
Yeah,
Yeah, with a helmet on. And
The
he
helmet.
had-
Only thing is Will Fuller may do that for 3 games in a season, but Robbie Anderson gonna be there the whole season. So it's probably Robbie Anderson's highlights.
hey,
you see, not
Will
Will
Fuller ain't missed no games this season.
He
Though.
sure hasn't because he's the number 1 man now.
Steroids, man. All you gotta do is do a little steroids, man. Just take a little page out of LeBron James book, do a little
Right, yeah.
steroids,
LeBron James.
just do a little steroids, man.
Yeah.
He trying to get them Brownites riled up, boy. He's
Don't do it. Please not tonight.
trying to get them Brownites riled up.
That's what was the upset. Never mind. No, it was the Vikings over the Packers. That was the upset.
Yeah. But you know what? I had a feeling that was gonna happen. I had a feeling it was a brain freeze. I had a feeling that was gonna happen.
Dalvin Cook is a monster.
The Packers got Dalvin Cook. That's what happened.
Wait, I'm not even gonna just say Dalvin Cook. Their backup running back looks just like Dalvin Cook when he be running. Like they got that same. I'm hitting the hole with a full head of steam. Like so, they got the same running back twice.
Hey,
Because that whoever his backup is just as fast.
whatever works.
So guess what popped back up in the group today?
Oh Lord.
The good old top 5 point guards of all time debate.
Oh,
I had myself a good time today, man.
John
did.
Stockton is
Top
top 5, bro.
Top 5 debate.
Jason
man.
Kidd is not a top 5 point guard. I'm
Look,
sorry.
man. Look, I'm gonna say this one last time, and somebody just gotta explain it to me. If you have a criteria that you can apply across the board, I would entertain it. But you can't tell me that someone has to be top 5 because they're number 1 and number 2 in steals all time. Because if you say that, then I'm going to tell you, then that means John Stockton and J Kidd, because J Kidd is number 2 in both steals and assists. So if Stockton is in top 5 for steals and assists, and so is J Kidd. J Kidd gonna be right behind him. So you telling me that
he's not right behind him. He's like 1,000. He's like a lot behind.
He's number 2. Well, okay, but that longevity, right? We talk about this longevity award that we want to give people. But
right.
Here we go again, right? So you got 1 and 2 in steals and assists. You honor one that was a number 2 his whole career, but don't honor the one who did it as the number 1 his whole career.
It's how you want to look at it, man. Because if you want to say,
just tell me your criteria so we can apply it across the board.
We already went over these criteria, Mal. We had this discussion. So if I have to tell you again, I'm gonna just say, go watch
please
the show,
please do for the people to watch. So your criteria is assists and steals category, and then
that's not what I said. You taking what you want to hear from that and running with it.
Well, tell me your criteria.
So you don't think, all right, you don't think the eye test when you watch John Stockton play was like, man, he's an actual good point guard.
Yes.
So, like, why am I wrong for saying that, just if I just want to go off of stats in the eye test, like, that's all the criteria I need, if that's my criteria. Like,
stats and eye test?
If that's what I want to go by.
All right, so is it stats and eye test just for Stockton, or are we doing that for the whole list of point guards?
No, we doing that for everyone, Mel. Like,
okay, so your 5 is who?
We went over this. So, number 1, Magic. All right. Number 2, Zeke. Number 3, I didn't have him at first, but I listened to you and my cousin. So I'm gonna go with Big O, just because of revolutionizing the game and what he did. I don't that's one thing I can't go off of his eye test, because I don't know what he looked like playing the game. All I can go by is what others tell me. Right? So I'm sorry.
So for him, you changed the criteria for Magic and Zeke, you went stats and eye test, and then you switched it for Oscar and said word of mouth.
Right, because
you know what I'm saying. So that, you see what I'm saying? How your criteria can't be applied.
No, if you ask me a question, let me answer it.
Yes,
when we had my cousin on the show, a person that actually does this for a living, and when we had the discussion about is Luka Doncic top 10, and when y'all broke that down to me, I saw it from a different perspective. Sometimes I don't need to see something for a man to explain something to me, for me actually to see where they're coming from. I even say, Mel, you know what? I see where you're coming from up in this discussion. I'm not as big into basketball, but I can see your point of view. And your point of view at that point in time was just a little bit more right than mine. So I went with what y'all was saying. And y'all also talked about Zeke. So I mean, Big O. So I'm agreeing with y'all. The whole conversation of inviting someone to the house and then closing the door behind it, like, Mel, I'm giving you props right now. Take it or leave it. I'm giving that to you.
Yeah,
all right. So that's why Big O is number 3. Number 4, I put Steph, and number 5, I put Stockton.
Anybody else?
My list is the same, except but instead of Big O, I'm putting Muggsy Bogues at number 3.
Tyrone Muggsy Bogues.
I just remember, like when we think about Muggsy Bogues, I just think about the little blue alien from off of the Michael Jordan.
Little Space Band.
Space Jam. No, he was the little green one. The tall one was blue.
Depends on where you allow me to put Allen Iverson, but we've had this discussion before.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to put him at the point, that's, I mean, I don't put him at the point though. I
put him at
I label him as a 2.
Okay.
Why Steph? Who want to take that one? Should I take that one?
I mean,
he revolutionized the game. Of how we see the game right now is because of Steph. He revolutionized it. Like, and that's another thing, Melvin, that you equate with into the great discussions. Like, what did you do to revolutionize the game? Impacted the game to like, bro, we got to start picking this dude up at half court.
John Stockton is the epitome of the old school point guard. Steph Curry is the epitome of the new generation.
Right. And I agree with you up on that. So that's
John Stockton really the epitome of the old school point guard?
Yes, I agree with you.
Chest pass.
Or is it Pistol Pete? Or is it Bob Cool?
Oh my goodness.
Or is it
Pistol Pete just was the first, like
John Stockton.
He's like he had some good handles and good assists.
Let me answer the question. Let me answer
LSU. Go LSU.
Let me answer Luther's question. I'm gonna answer Luther's question because I don't know if Luther heard my criteria last time we had this conversation.
Mm-hmm.
So my criteria when I compare players, right? I'm really big on what you accomplish and what you accomplish with what type of degree of difficulty. So I think being the best player on a team that you're the number one game planned against guy for and everybody in the league is game planning and doubling you, doing all that stuff to you. I think when you're a number one, that is harder than being a number 2. What Steph has to endure on a nightly basis is harder than what Klay Thompson has to do on a nightly basis.
Thanks.
What Karl Malone had to endure on the Jazz team as a number 1 is harder than what Stockton had to endure on a nightly basis, right? So being a number 1 is a harder job than being a number 2. Being the president is a harder job than being the vice president. I've yet to hear a debate where someone said, who is the greatest president of all time? If I say who's the greatest president of all time and someone start talking about a bunch of vice presidents, it's not going to sound right. So when I say who's the best at this, and I got a whole list of number 1s, and you throw a number 2 in there, it's not going to look right. So
now, could I interject about the president?
I'm almost done. So what Steph did as a number 1 before KD got there, what he did as a number 1 was average 25 plus, get a unanimous MVP, get another MVP, went to the finals twice, was a 90, 50, 40 guy for a couple of years, broke Ray Allen's record, right? And won a ring. He did all that as a number 1. Everything he did as a number 1 is way more than what Stockton did. That weighs heavier than being a number 2 with the all-time assists and steals leader. So that's why Steph.
How many rings Steph got?
He got 3.
So if Steph win 3 more, are we putting him in the GOAT conversation?
No, because he's not in the GOAT conversation as a player. Like you had, like you said, to get in the house, you have to get in the house based on what you do on the court. And what he did on the court has not surpassed anybody that's in that conversation.
Not yet.
So I wouldn't even be counting his rings.
Not
for GOAT, no. Not for GOAT. GOAT?
As a point guard, yeah.
You think he better than Jordan?
Hell no. Not right now. What if we keep winning these league MVPs, right? We keep scoring all these points and we keep going to the championship and we keep winning. Then what? Because he's still young. He's
don't
very
make
young.
him a better player than MJ. No one's gonna surpass MJ for me unless it was a better player and they shatter his resume. Like right now, the closest thing we got to him as a player was Kobe. The closest thing we got to him as far as catching his resume is, I mean, Kobe? I guess you. Well, I mean, no, because he got a lot on this. He got a lot on his resume.
Yes, bro.
People don't realize they point to the 6 rings because that's the most obvious, but his resume is
Jordan did what he did, winning six rings, but he was winning scoring titles, all NBA, everything. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
What did Luther say?
Hold on, Luther. Who's like a who isn't his top? Who isn't the top playmaker?
Steph.
Lack of playmaking abilities. Did you not see when Steph shook the entire team? That was like the highlight of this. All right, I don't know.
I think when he means top playmaker, he's talking about the guy who
making plays for other people.
As far as like Drake, like, Steph plays a lot of off ball, and he is a lot.
Right, because Draymond
job of facilitating, and I think that's what he's talking about.
All right, that goes back to what Corey said. Steph is more of the modern day style of a point guard. Vice John Stockton was that. Let me facilitate. Let me feed you this. Like. You know, like when I look at true point guards, I look at Chris Paul nowadays. I don't look at Dame Dollar or Steph Curry. They're not what I would consider as a true facilitating point guard.
Yeah. So there's a couple of things with that statement, Luther. One, Draymond does run the offense from time to time, but he doesn't run it like you're saying he's running it. When they throw it to him in a post, he's looking to pass out of the post, but it's not like he's coming down, setting up the plays and all this stuff. It's just that Steph is a great player. But I can see that I want to debate that. Let's say that Draymond does run the offense like a point forward, like Pippen did for the Bulls. I'm still trying to figure out what are you trying to take away from Steph because I don't understand the playmaking ability. I think what he's saying is if you're a point guard, you're supposed to be doing what Stockton did. So my rebuttal to that, Luther, is that Steph has elected to upgrade his game to be a scorer. I think being a scorer is more conducive to winning when you're the best player, right? The person who's scoring the points, because just to keep it simple, when you look at the score when it says 95 to 98, they're recording points. I don't know if you knew that they're not recording rebounds or assists or steals. So you can have 100 steals in the game, but if you don't score, you're going to lose. So what Steph is doing more to help his team win. That's a step higher than the assist.
The other step. Mm-hmm.
Right.
I agree. I mean, I was confused by the playmaking ability because he seems like he might be one of the best playmakers in the NBA.
He's a great playmaker. Yes. He's a really great playmaker.
Yes, he is. He definitely
you can't take nothing away from that dude for electing to score. Just like you can't take nothing away from Dame from electing to score or MJ electing to score.
The game was always be about buckets.
Right. So Mel, like when I say true point guards, I'm not meaning like I'm throwing shots at someone for saying that they elects to score other vice assists. I much rather watch that, but I'm just going to the name point guard.
Is point guard.
Yes.
Yeah.
Vice the shooting guard. Yeah, right. Vice the shooting guard being that person. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, and I think that's a different list. I think the list that everyone when I say who was the best or the top 5 point guards to play. I'm not saying who was the best to ever play the point guard position the way a prototypical point guard is supposed to play. I think that's the list y'all trying to put stock in. Okay, no one plays point guard the typical way better than John Stockton. Okay, I give him number 1 for that. But when I'm saying the guys who actually played the position, who were the best players, and if I go top 5, Stockton's not gonna be there.
His number 1 doing that alone, he was so good at that. It still put him in the top 5.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah. Yes,
because it's 5 players better than him.
No, it's not 5 players. All right. You know what? Let's go on to the next topic because we're gonna be about this all night. we already had a show for this. Let's not do it again. Remember, I gotta wake up in like 6 hours.
Yeah.
So let's not do this again. You don't have nothing there. So, you got Stockton in your top 5 though?
Yes, I definitely. Mel already know.
But y'all can't explain why.
So
but y'all can't explain why.
Only
thing y'all can say is all-time stat.
No, bro. You have
the only thing y'all got.
You have Pippen in your top 5, but we can't have Stockton in our top 5.
Look,
he was never the number 1 and led his team anywhere.
Listen, oh yes, he did.
To what? To the
Jordan retired for 2 years and Pippen was the number 1.
Bro, did he go to the championship?
But he was successful. What do you mean?
But
we have a no. We have a sample size of what Pippen can do as a number 1. We have no sample size of what Stockton can do as number 1. We don't know if Stockton can say, build a team around me. Like how do you
never had to be that guy?
No, but how do you build a team around a guy that has to pass the ball to be effective?
Because he's a point guard.
So how do you get points? If he's your best player, how do you get points? So if you put him on a team with no Karl Malone, right? Just like Kid had to play with Mutombo for years as his second best player, right? Or you put Iverson on the team with Mutombo as the second best player. If you throw Stockton on that Philly team that Iverson was on and said, "Hey, John Stockton, get us to the championship," where the points gonna come from? He go run pick and roll with Mutombo.
Well, but he was at scoring though. You act like he scored like average 5 points a game.
5 points a game.
And he had consecutive seasons of 17 with double-digit assists. So
I'm 17. Ooh, 17.
I would take. Listen to me. Listen to me. 17 and 12 every night. I take that, man.
Bro, hold on.
I would take that every night.
Real quick. 17 and 12 or 26 and 8. Which one you want?
I got that 17-12 with Karl Malone on my team. I'm taking that 17-12.
Listen to what you just said.
I'm taking that 17-12.
This is what you just said. In order to have Stockton on your team, you're going to have a real number 1 on your team.
Hey, congratulations to the front office. Congratulations to the front office for making that pair.
Steph can be my number 1. Why? Why can Steph be my number 1 but Stockton can't?
Bro,
what do you mean?
You just said if you would take Stockton if you can have Malone. But I can give you Steph and just
Let me ask you a question though. Seriously. When you hear about Karl Malone, do you not even if it's pictures of him or whatever, isn't it always Malone and Stockton?
Oh,
always.
What does it mean?
I don't know. Always, right? That's always the case, right?
Yes.
Congratulations. Yes, it is. Zoe, am I right?
No,
am I right, Zoe? Cass, am I right?
Yes. Malone.
Congratulations to the front office for putting together a good pair.
You keep saying that Stockton wouldn't be nothing without Malone, but shit.
Who said that?
You.
Who said that?
You say Stockton.
No, I said if you have Stockton, you're gonna have a number 1 with him.
That's okay.
Because he can't be your number 1.
All right, he's a point guard. Whatever.
All right, and so was Magic, but Magic was a number 1.
Magic also
successful and got to the finals too.
And he also had Kareem. And he also
no. I'm talking about after Kareem retired.
He also had the best center in NBA
after Kareem retired. No, after Kareem retired, it was just him, Byron Scott, and James Worthy and Vlade Divac.
James Worthy put up points. Like you have guys. The reason why Magic was great at passing the ball is because he had guys that could score around him too.
Who was the number 1? Who was the guy that said, "Hey, look, you're taking the shots. We're running through you." It was Magic.
Magic just was the flashy dude, bro. He was just spectacular with the ball, but he wasn't the scorer up on his team.
He was number 1.
He was the flashy. Come on now, Magic. He got that name for a reason.
Yeah, you're right.
He got that name for a reason. Magic wasn't the number 1 scorer on his team. He was the flashy guy up on his team.
He was the facilitator.
He definitely was the facilitator.
He ran the offense.
Yes,
everybody.
He was just a facilitator. He was LeBron.
So oh, that's what y'all reduce Magic to just a facilitator? Y'all crazy.
No, I'm saying
He did not say he
Y'all
was.
crazy.
He was-
Y'all
he
crazy.
was a
Did he not
fantastic
get-
facilitator.
Did he
Listen,
not get
we-
the name Magic because of what he did assisting the ball?
We
Right
seen Magic come from high school scoring 70, 80 points in the game. We seen him go to
See,
Michigan
Dennis
State.
Rodman do that.
Win a championship at Michigan State on a collegiate level and come straight to the daggone NBA, go to the finals and kill his whole
and
career.
that's why he's probably number one on all of our lists as
Right.
far as point guards go.
We
As the
know,
point guard. Yeah,
hold on.
absolutely.
Listen, we know Magic is a stud. We have a long history of him being a stud.
Mhm.
You didn't hear anything about Stockton until
Nigga, I wasn't alive.
until he got teamed up with Malone. Malone was a stud his whole high school, college, and pros career. He was always a stud. So we have one standard. Malone is a stud. Stockton is a stud when he's with Malone. What does that
Stockton
tell you?
I'm almost for certain that if you go back and check out John Stockton in his high school, college career,
Bro,
that he was a stud.
And I can go to Gonzaga right now, and he wasn't a stud.
I bet you he was.
oh my
No, he
goodness
wasn't.
gracious.
He wasn't.
All right.
I can go.
No,
I can go to his first
no,
two seasons. He
You'll
wasn't a
win the
stud.
debate. Us three, our opinion don't matter. What's next, fellas? What's next?
Ain't nothing else, man.
Wait, let's see who's up. Joe Biden is still up. Seriously, he's still up, fellas.
Let it go.
I think Trump won Florida though.
He did. He got Florida. He got the 29 electoral points. But the funny thing, right now, Trump is still winning the popular vote. He got 39.7 million popular votes. Biden got 38. But Biden, that's the same thing with Hillary Clinton. Hillary Clinton won. Right, she won the popular vote. But
Joe is winning these swing states that he wasn't supposed to win.
Like you already know, them 55 points from California go to Joe Biden. Let's keep that 100. So at this point, we can crown Joe Biden as president because California is the last state that could actually overturn for Trump. So our next president of the United States is Joe Biden. There's mathematically not enough points for Donald Trump to win. So our next president is Joe Biden, everybody, because we know California, them 55 points is going to Joe Biden. So Joe Biden.
Stand by though, fellas. It could get wild around this
Joe
Biden is our president. Because we all know if it's one state, if I don't give a damn, if it's one state that does not like Republicans, if it's one state that does not like Republicans, it's California.
Oh my goodness,
Man,
it's gonna be a hanging tonight.
It's gonna be some people big mad.
Yes,
they're gonna be big mad. We're gonna lose bigly.
Joe Biden is up by 33 points. Listen at the only undecided states right now. We got Washington, that's 12 points, right? Oregon, 7 points. So right now, 19. We got Idaho, 4. So we're at 23. And Nevada at 6, which is 29. He's not going to make that gap up. He can't. It's mathematically it's impossible. And we know California is going blue. So I'm sorry. Mathematically, we don't have enough points for Donald Trump to win. So our next president, Joe Biden.
So
that's coming from a damn nuclear engineer. I mean, you better listen to that dude.
Mathematically, my dude right here.
You better listen
to that
dude.
Check this out though. Before we leave, man. What y'all think? Can you foresee this happening? Biden wins. It may or may not be some violence.
It's going to be violence.
Okay, so Biden wins. There's some violence in the streets, maybe a day or two.
I want to stop you for 1 second. All right. This is weird. So my truck, I had a blowout on my truck. One tire, by the way, cost $718. All right.
I believe that.
So I'm in line at Rick's Pro Truck. So the old dude who opened the door, he's the door greeter. He's about 70 years old, white guy, Caucasian. And they have like this 17-year-old white guy, 17 like Caucasian. They're talking about the Mississippi State running back, right? So the young guy said, why is it a big deal now that he wants to sit out because of the flag when it wasn't a big deal when he came to Mississippi State? Bruh, y'all don't know how much of me it took to not interject into that conversation, right?
Yeah.
You're talking about a 17-year-old kid whose focus is on playing pro football, and to get there, Mississippi State is a big college. So you think he's worrying about a goddamn state flag, right? So that's not his priority at 17. He's a young man now. At the time, he wasn't even allowed to vote.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. 17-year-old, since you want to open your mouth about something stupid that you can't think, you're probably just reiterating something that you heard another older Caucasian say to you, right?
Exactly.
Trust me, I'm not being racial. I'm speaking facts. At 17-year-old, I know what my mind was, and it wasn't about the Louisiana state fucking flag, which is a pelican. All right, I wasn't worrying about that. My mindset was up on something else. As he grew older, he noticed that the Black Lives Matter movement, the whole George Floyd situation happened. Our country was in turmoil. It was up in shambles. We having riots after riots.
It still is.
I was in uniform. I wanted to be like, when you look at me in this uniform, what do you see? Do you see the average black man, or do you see me as an American? Which one do you perceive me as, right? Because I can tell you what that state flag with the Confederacy, which is the battle flag for the Confederacy, what that represents to me.
I don't understand why this country is so dead set on celebrating somebody that lost.
Right. I wanted to interject myself, but I had to bite my tongue because I know I was going to get emotional and where that could have led.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just thinking, like, you're a 17-year-old kid. Why the hell are you worrying about another man's position on what he feels as disrespectful? You can't tell me how the fuck I should feel when it's something that's blatant disrespectful. We all don't react the same. So how are you going to tell another man he shouldn't feel disrespected about a flag that was there when he came there? That's all I have to say about that.
Yeah.
Okay.
No lies told.
Yeah.
So
No
what I was saying though, do y'all foresee a whole bunch of people saying, well, Trump's still my president, and do y'all see him still tweeting and leading his fan base from Twitter?
Yes.
Absolutely. Trump don't start a podcast if you don't.
He will. So no, he's not.
So I'm gonna tell you what's gonna happen to Donald Trump. First and foremost, Donald Trump is going to jail in the state of New York for not paying his taxes.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to jail. They got shit lined up for him already. Soon as he lose this election, sir, we need you up here in New York City. You might as well come stand by your tower and come and get these taxes. Come and get these tax evasion charges because your ass is going to jail. That's the first thing that's gonna happen. Second thing that's gonna happen is when he get out of jail in about 10 years, ain't nobody gonna remember him no way.
Oh man, I don't know.
When it's the last time, bro, he gonna go to jail.
I don't think he's going to jail, man.
He going to jail, bro.
That man,
New York is laying for that ass, boy. $700 in taxes, boy. They waiting on him. They waiting on him. Ain't no pause because he gonna get it. He going to Rikers Island, boy. He finna get it.
Yeah. Oh, they screwing in Rikers Island. They ain't playing. They ain't playing no games in Rikers Island. They screwing, boy. You think they gonna wait 10 years? No.
They are not playing. They are not pressing pause. It's all the way play.
No.
Press all the way.
And it's cheeks in motion.
Put that thing on repeat too, Jack.
They're gonna be waiting on Trump in there.
Right, boy.
So I just want to make this announcement for all the individuals that think that we as black men are being racially motivated by talking down to Trump. Let's not forget that the person he's running against is also Caucasian. So I just want y'all to put that in, like, think about that. Sit down and just think about that. We're not being racist or racial at all because the other person that probably is, I'm not going to say what these two grown men who they voted for, but the two primary people was both Caucasian. So don't look at us as saying that we're being racist because we're not. None of us up on this panel is racist at all.
At all. Not even a little bit.
Not at all. Well, hey man, that'll do it for this week, man. We'll be back at it next week. Hey, this is what I want y'all to do. Go check us out on YouTube and subscribe on YouTube. We actually need that. Yep, because we do the podcast weekly Tuesday night, right? But we're going to start doing and dropping more content on YouTube that's not going to be live per se, but y'all don't want to miss that stuff, man, because we will get into some of these debates,
Right.
Whether it's top 5 point guards all time or whether it's
Wait. Let's get into
Okay. Let's do this right now. Hold on. Wait. Before we stop, he said his cheeks gonna be prime real estate. Okay.
I want to do a night up. I want to do a dark episode.
Let's do this right now. This shit is sleep because man, don't be texting at 2:00 in the morning trying to talk about how John Stockton wanted to talk. I don't want to hear that. Shit tonight,
we
bro.
done.
Okay.
For now.
No, we done.
For now.
We done, man. I just ran across it in my phone. I was like, let me post this, man. And sure enough, boy, people came in there. But yeah, man. So podcast, Man Down Podcast and Network, the YouTube channel, go check that out. We got like maybe 4 or 5 podcasts is gonna be on there.
Website.
So websites. I'm gonna stop plugging the website too. Is up.
Yeah, it's up.
We wait for it. It's up.
Yeah, it should be.
All right, go check it out.
Everybody sunk their picture, right? So it should be up. It should be up.
Okay, I'm gonna check it out. And what about Bird Dog Brave Talk, man?
Oh yeah, it's definitely on the way. For all my Atlanta sports fans, Georgia sports fans in general, definitely got a podcast on the way. Bird Dog Brave Talk. You're probably gonna be able to access it from the Man Down Podcast Network. In addition to therapeutic rap, chitty bang bang. Hey, yes, stay dangerous.
Is that a new emoji? That little gun?
I think so.
I never seen that one.
Let me see if I got that one on there.
I know iPhone. We had a new update today, 14.1, iOS 14.1. So they said they was gonna have new emojis.
Okay, but yeah, go ahead, Zo.
Oh yeah, Bird Dog Brave Talk. It's just strictly from a fan's perspective. All the Georgia Bulldogs, Atlanta Hawks, Atlanta Braves, Atlanta Falcons stuff. Coming live and direct from a fan's point of view. Gonna have some guests. Definitely invite some of y'all boys on the show.
I guess especially me, since we play y'all twice a year.
Especially after those Saints games. You already know, Cass. So man, be on the lookout. If not this week, next week, I'm gonna have that first episode coming.
Oh yeah.
And the Atlanta Braves is my second favorite baseball team.
Oh yeah, we definitely gonna get some Brave talk, especially with a promising season we had and
a young squad.
Young squad.
Ain't y'all cute over there? Oh, my Braves are my second favorite.
They are, man. I love the Braves.
We can just talk. Damn, man.
Bro, you look like radio just now.
That's what you doing. Somebody got a chin dimple. Oh, yeah.
Mel is annoying, Jack.
Something's wrong with you.
Oh, I love the Braves. I can't wait
to
come on your show.
Man,
I just came in there and tell you it's my second favorite baseball team.
Better than
just
the Rangers.
I like number 2, just like Stockton.
That's what y'all talking about, man. Being number 2.
Up, man.
Y'all just go on there and just have a number 2 conversation, man.
A number 2 conversation, man.
Appreciate it, Luther.
All right, Luther, appreciate you, man. Let me go ahead and close this thing out, man. But yeah, like I said, go right now, subscribe to us on YouTube, man, so y'all can catch all that content, and then hit the bell after you subscribe as well, so you can get everything as soon as it come out. I think I got one thing I got coming out. I'm working on something. I ain't gonna tell y'all what it is yet, but when I drop it, it's gonna be a good video. So he said I'm wilding. Yeah. But yeah, that's it, man. We'll catch y'all next time. Peace.
Peace.